Welcome to the very first episode of the Let's Have Tea with Ardingly Astana podcast. Today we aim to discuss a very important topic, one of the core missions of Ardingly Astana, which is to create a safe and supportive environment for the pupils. And to explore this important topic, we have a special guest with us, Mark Hарлand.
Hi.
Head of Primary School of Ardingly Astana. Hello, Mark.
Hello, hi. It's lovely to be here.
Yeah, nice to see you today. So, Mark, you know, one of the many things that connect British and Kazakh people is tea, which we're drinking today.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Kazakh people usually drink tea, black tea with milk.
Okay.
But I personally prefer black tea. No
Okay.
milk, no sugar. So, what do you prefer?
I prefer black tea with milk.
Okay.
Yes, and in Britain we have lots of tea. Breakfast, lunch, and at dinner time as well.
Yeah, same
We're
here.
always
in Kazakhstan.
drinking lots of tea.
Especially, you know, in summer when it's boiling hot, but
Yes.
you drink tea. And British people also usually drink black tea with milk, or depends.
Normally black tea with milk.
Okay.
Some people drink just black tea, but most people drink tea with milk.
Oh, okay.
That's the tradition in England. Yeah.
So before we dive into our important topic,
Yep.
let's go to a few years back.
Okay.
And, you know, could you tell us a bit about your school days?
Well, I started primary school when I was 4 years old, and I loved primary school. In actual fact, that's what made me become a primary school teacher. I loved going to primary school. I enjoyed every day. I loved my teachers, my friends, and most of all, you know, the school itself. It was such a warm, great place to learn, and I felt really as one with the community there.
And like what subjects or maybe activities did you like most?
Well, I loved my PE lessons. I loved playtime. Playtime was always my favourite time of the day because I got to spend time with my friends and we played games on the playground. But I also enjoyed lessons in the classroom too. I enjoyed my English lessons, my maths, art, and science. I used to enjoy all of them.
That's really cool. So speaking about friends, did you form some long-term friendship?
Absolutely. I think, you know, I was very lucky. I think it's really important that in school you find some really good friends, but kind friends, people that really appreciate you for who you are and you appreciate them. And I think the most important thing is, you know, being kind with each other and looking after your friends.
Yeah, I think like in my life, my friends are one of the most important things that I have.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, okay, let's move to the mission of Ardingly Astana, which is also to create a safe environment, to provide them a place where they can build this friendship, where they can learn, they can be, you know, inspired every day. So could you tell us briefly, how do you see it? How are we going to make it at Ardingly?
Well, right from the outset, we're going to make sure that the children develop good, strong friendships at the school. And the teacher will be responsible for that, to make sure that friends are encouraged and children are encouraged to play with each other and get to know each other in the classroom, but also in the playground. And we'll do that through a variety of activities, games, and discussions.
What about teacher-pupil relationship? How it's going to look like? So, because, you know, like for me, I have teachers that still play really important part in my life. They inspired me to become you know, a decent person, to work hard, and they really inspired me. And I, like when people ask me who is my role model, of course I say my mom, and also I remember my teachers, school teachers especially. So how it's gonna look like, why is it so important that a student, like a pupil, trusts their teachers?
I think it's incredibly important. The bond between the teacher and the pupil is incredibly important. And we have a term in the UK called loco parentis, and that means that when the children are at school, you are the teacher, but you're also acting like a parent too. And you want the children to develop really strong values. Number one, being kind to each other. Number two, having respect for each other. So pupils have respect for the teacher, but the teachers also respect the pupils. And that relationship, that bond between pupil and teacher is so important. And the children need to feel comfortable talking with the teacher, interacting with the teacher, and not only learning but having fun in their learning environment.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. You know that the mission is to to help pupils feel at home.
Yep.
Okay, and what about other things, like apart from teachers, who can they go to if they feel, let's say, maybe shy or uncomfortable, who they can trust?
Yeah, I mean, in every classroom there'll be the class teacher, but there'll also be an assistant teacher, and the assistant teacher will be there also to support the children's learning. If the children don't feel confident enough to talk to the teacher, they can always come to talk to me. They can come and see Mr. Darren, the headmaster. Any member of staff they can talk to and confide in, and we will help them and encourage them in all that they do at school.
Okay. What about parents? I think many parents, they want to know what's going on at school. Yeah. They want to be involved in their kids' lives. So how are you going to interact with them? How?
Well, I mean, we will have regular parent-teacher conferences where the teacher will speak to the parents, and that will happen 4 times over the course of the year. Parents will be invited in to talk to the teacher about the progress of their child. Not only that, my door will always be open. If parents need to come and talk to me, they'll always be able to come and have a cup of tea, and we'll talk about issues, about their child, about the school, and how we can make it the best it can be.
Yeah, I think it's really important thing that the door should always be open for parents.
Absolutely.
Not only just on specific days, but anytime, just to come by and say how's my child, how's everything going, or just to chat with the any staff of the school.
Absolutely. I mean, we believe in a triangular model of the pupil, the parent, and the teacher, and we work together to make it the best. Yeah, absolutely. It's all about teamwork. Yeah. We can't do it on our own. We need us all to work together to make it the best education for the child.
Also another important thing is the adaptation. All kids, they're different.
Yep.
Some people, they're really, they can easily make relationship with different people, and for some, they need more time.
Yes.
And in Britain, you have this system where every school year, they have the same age of pupils. So
That's
for example,
right.
First year they go at 5.
Yep.
So could you, elaborate? Could you talk more about this? How does it benefit?
Well, children of the same age normally have similar. What's the word I'm looking for? They have similar interests, and they enjoy playing games together, and they talk about the same things. They enjoy playing with similar toys, and they can invite each other round for play dates after school, and they can learn together and socialise together at their appropriate age level. So we believe in England to place children in classrooms of the same age group, so that children can confide in each other and communicate to each other at an age appropriate level.
And I think it's also especially important during teenage years.
Absolutely.
Because it's kind of a tough period, but also at the same time it's really interesting because you kind of changing, you explore more, and you kind of get to know yourself and other people. So if you're of the same age, it's a bit maybe easier and more comfortable because you have a person who understands you and going through the same things.
Absolutely. I think like you said, especially teenage years, girls and boys, they're going through many changes, and to be able to talk to each other and talk to their friends about the changes that are happening in their lives takes the weight off your shoulders a bit, and it makes you realise that you're not alone. You're going through it with everybody else, and it's reassuring and comforting to know that you're not on your own and it's normal. These changes that you go through are normal and are experienced by everybody.
Yeah, And the most exciting part, I think, it's because Ardingly is a new school,
Yep.
Ardingly Astana, and everything is new.
Yep.
So we have new school, we have new kids, and I think also it's kind of thrilling that they are starting all this together, and
Yep.
they're gonna have some cool memories because they've gone through together like first pupils.
Yep.
And what are you most looking for, like let's say when we talk about September, like
Yeah.
your new academic year? So what are you waiting for the most? What are you excited about?
To see the smiles on the children's faces when they come into the school for the first time and they see the classrooms, and to meet their teachers, and to, above all, meet some friends that they can have some interests with and enjoy every day with. So developing friendships is really important. And like you said earlier, some children are shy, some children are outgoing. So, there are lots of things that we can do to encourage friendships. We can have a buddy system, we can play games, we can mix the children around in the classroom so that they have opportunities to talk to different children and to find a connection. Okay.
So let's talk a bit about the academic part, because
Yeah.
mostly when people think of schools,
Yeah.
they think about like chairs and like tables and all these pens, all this not let's not say boring stuff, but maybe like a routine,
Yeah.
which every day is like the same. And I think for the kids it's important to have like a game learning, like to be motivated to have this like real experience.
Yeah.
So let's talk about our teachers. We've started to
Yep.
introducing some of them. They're really great people.
Yeah.
And how do you think, what do you think about teaching staff?
I think we've recruited some amazing teachers, mostly from the UK, and they're very excited to arrive in Kazakhstan. We're just finding their accommodation now, and they're very excited to get into the school and start preparing their classrooms and making it a really inviting place for the children. So it's we're very excited for the teachers to arrive and to meet their pupils.
So let's talk about your experience in Kazakhstan. Just I'm curious personally, but I think it's going to be interesting also for the parents and for the kids. So how do you find it in Kazakhstan? So maybe you have noticed some similarities in our cultures.
Well, the tea,
The
number
tea,
one.
of course.
But the biggest thing I've noticed about being in Kazakhstan is the family values. I've noticed that it's very important for families to be together. And that love of families, that close bond, is really clear to see. The people are so friendly and very family-based. And for me, that's really important. Family is number one.
Yes.
And
Family first.
And I think it really does come across in the Kazakh culture, and I'm really pleased to be here and to be a part of that.
Wow, it's nice to hear. So I hope you have a really great experience here in Kazakhstan, and you get to explore more of our country, because not just because I'm from Kazakhstan, but I really think that we have a really beautiful country, and every region is different, and you can just go and explore, and it's really great.
I'm really looking forward to exploring the country, finding out more.
Nature.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's wonderful to be here and to be a part of your community. So thank you for welcoming me.
It's wonderful to have you here, to have this, because people, we are different, we have different cultures, but in the end of the day, when we get to know each other, we actually realize that we are so similar. We have so many things, in common, and these differences in cultures, actually, they kind of bond us, because we get to know different parts of each culture, and then when you get to know each other even deeper, you realize that you have so many common things that are so similar, even in families, some traditions. It's really cool when I meet my friends from abroad, and they're talking about some stuff in their families, and I remember my childhood, and I actually had the same thing, even though we are kilometers apart from each other. So Okay, so Mark, it was really nice talking to you today. Thank you for your insights. And during this whole podcast, I've been thinking about this thing that you said in the beginning about being kind.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important, to kind of teach children from the young age just to be kind.
Absolutely.
Because it's going to help them in their life if they have this humane approach to others,
Absolutely.
this respect. And I really hope and I think this is what we're going to do at Ardingly.
Absolutely. That's one of our core foundations at Ardingly, and kindness is at the heart of our school, and the parents will see this when they come in, and so will the children. They'll see lots of kind hands, kind words, and kind actions. So it's really looking forward to welcoming the parents in, and the children, of course, to see the school.
Looking forward to it. So thank you all for watching our first episode. We're gonna do more. We're gonna tell you more about this behind the scenes at Ardingly Astana, but we're always open anytime. Just come and talk to us, and we'll be sharing more insights about the school. So thank you again. See you next episode.
Bye-bye.